Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. This is the daily forecast for the Greater Collective for Saturday, the 30th of January. It is not solely created for that day. It is intended for you whenever you see it. So if you're seeing it on a date that's not January 30th, it does not mean you need to turn it off. It just might mean that you're ready to see that message in that moment. If it doesn't make any sense or the message doesn't seem to fit, that's completely fine. You just might be working on something different than the rest of the majority of the people that will watch this video. Nothing is broken or wrong. It is a broad spectrum reading, therefore you need to figure out where in your life it best fits. If something does make sense or it does fit in your life, please know that any decisions you make in your day-to-day life, from after having watched any of my videos, is solely your responsibility. Never take anything that I say over that of a professional in their field, like a doctor, a lawyer, a therapist. Always listen to them first and foremost and use your own intuition and highest intelligence in making your decisions. So this here is the forecast. Let's get into it and see what the cards have to say. Sorry, these forecasts have been moving rather quickly this week, but I have house guests staying. And so when I shoot this in the morning, I try and be a little extra quiet and do it quickly so that I don't wake them up. Because I like to do this first thing in the morning when I'm fresh. Let's see what the cards want us to know today. Oh, Jesus. Hello, Ten of Swords. Okay. Tens are about personal completions. What is it that we want to let go of, or what is it that we need to let go of? I don't understand how we got to this state. We do have that Five of Pentacles underneath, so that could indicate why we're experiencing this Ten of Swords at the end of the week. Some of us just might be tired, like it was a rough fucking week. That's kind of the feeling that I get. It's not so much the swords in his back as much as it's like, oh, I just need a break. Like, can I just take the phone off the hook, draw me a bath, and take today off? I would say this Ten of Swords indicates indeed you can. If you're feeling fatigued, if you're feeling tired, pamper yourself a little bit. If you're on yourself or you're feeling judgmental of yourself or others, let up on the reins, guys. Allow yourself to maybe see things through a more positive light or shift back into the positivity that we saw in yesterday's forecast. We did have that Five of Pentacles and that Wheel of Fortune, and the stone for the week was that energy stone, which is like, I think it's really key to look at our energy this week as far as what we're, our thoughts can create energy too. And so if we're looking at things through a state of despair, upset, annoyance, betrayal, all of that sort of stuff, which would be represented here in this Ten of Swords, we could be creating more of that for ourselves. We don't want to do that, right? We want to sort of free ourselves. There is an opportunity in the Ten of Swords which allows us to be done with whatever ails us. I mean, the thing is, if this gentleman is completely defeated in this card, there's no more fight left to give, right? So, let's stop fighting, let's stop resisting, let's just ease into it, and let's also give ourselves a break and a rest. That's not necessarily the Ten of Swords meaning, but I feel like that's what he's doing now. It's just like, throw in the towel, give it a break, whatever hardships we're facing, because there is that Five of Pentacles underneath. If we're facing any hardships or struggles today, let's not fight them, let's not resist them. Let's just let them be as they are, right? We don't have to try and fix things today. We don't have to try and manipulate or control things today. Let's just let things wash over us, like these swords are like sort of sticking him in the back. What I mean by that is like, let them wash over, like pay them no mind. Don't let them get you down. This too shall pass. It will come to an end. That's more the message that I'm getting from this card today. I do think that yesterday we had a bit of a better reading, a bit of a better energy going on. There was a Five of Wands in there, so we could still be dealing with the ramifications of any annoyances or frustrations we may have had to deal with of surrounding others in their behavior yesterday. Don't let that get you down. We've got enough on our plate. I feel like this is an opportunity to free ourselves from, having our buttons pressed in a way, okay? Let's look at the clarifiers and see what they have to say. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups. This is definitely about the emotions, and this is definitely about moving on. Sometimes it's a little bit forlorn, it's a little bit of sadness, but you know what? There's a super amount of acceptance as far as I see the Eight of Cups. It's like coming to terms with how things are, the way that they are, how they may feel. And although it may not be pleasant, we need to listen to our own internal guidance, our own emotional guidance, and move on to something better. If there's a situation that we're dealing with that's sort of feeling like heavy, um, troublesome, that we have to fight against it or struggle against it, and we may not be winning with that Ten of Swords there, right? We may not be able to solve this solution. The best thing for us to do would probably be to sort of pick up our toys and go to a different playground, so to speak. I'm not talking about avoiding the situation. The Eight is always about sort of emotional acceptance of just things as they are. We can't change this person, we can't change this situation, whatever it may be. It's only bringing us like struggle and strife. It's time to sort of let go and be done, move ourselves. And the move that we see in the Eight of Cups could be like a sort of a mental move, right? In the sense, even though Cups is about the emotions, it's about shifting our emotions towards something better, towards something that serves us, towards something, some new horizon, some new type of feeling where we don't have to focus on whatever's holding us down or giving us trouble at this time. Then we have the Queen of Swords, which would be decisive action, or not decisive action, but just decisive, like, truth, honesty, making clear-cut decisions, not putting up with a lot of people's bullshit. I like that she's here. She also, it signifies because she is the queen, she's part of like that aspect of cups, which we see in that Eight of Cups. It's a very clear acceptance and a decision to move onward and upward. I love that she's pointing herself towards the future. There are new opportunities, there are new endeavors, all of those sort of things, but we have to act like sort of swiftly, clearly, concise. Don't let people fuck with your boundaries today. Don't make yourself be known. You don't have to do it in a harsh way. You can do it in a very just clear and honest way that will lead you to a place of hopefully feeling better, or at least free of whatever it is that is not, working out for you. And then the last card, a lot of mind stuff today with all of this swords energy. We have the Eight of Swords. I didn't mean this card. To me, some of us may feel stuck. We need to unstick ourselves. The truth about the Eight of Swords is that there's that castle peeking around the hillside in the background. There are opportunities here. We maybe can't see them. If we're stuck in the tragedy of whatever we're dealing with, or the frustration of whatever we're dealing with, we're not going to be able to see the outcome. The truth about the Eight of Swords is that she also, once she gets herself untied and unblindfolded, which that always happens in due course, she will find a way out. There's a giant, she feels penned in and stuck, but there's a big giant hole right in front of her that she can walk right away from all of these swords that are like initially feeling like she's plagued by or stuck within. Does that make sense? So I think that the Queen wants to help us get out of this space. I do like that we have two eights. Eights represent that element of balance. So we are bringing ourselves hopefully through whatever struggles we're facing or challenges in our mind that we might have to deal with or change or shift. We will be bringing about a better balance and something that suits us better, but we have to honestly believe that. We have to make a concerted effort, be strong in that, and don't let anything that sort of is beleaguering, annoying, frustrating, or even kind of, for some of you, this could be a little bit more of a devastating scenario. There is a little bit of desperation that I feel both in the 8 and the 10. That might only be for some of you. Those of you that aren't feeling that desperation, don't take that on from this reading. That's not meant for you. That might be meant for only a specific person that might be dealing with a very hard situation for themselves. You can get out of this. You can think analytically. You can think clearly and make clear decisions that work out in your favor today. Keep that in mind as you go through this day. Let's look at the grounding stone. And the grounding stone is on malachite, which is a green stone, which associates to me with the heart chakra. And the word is namaste. Namaste means the God in me honors the God in you. we need to find that sort of treatment of ourselves, how we treat ourselves, where we protect ourselves, where we make the best decisions for us over others. We don't want to stay in something because we feel like we need to maybe fix them or make them see our point, or it's that sort of a thing. And what I think namaste is it's finding peace within a situation, honoring the situation and accepting it as it is from our heart will hopefully free us, will help us to find that Eight of Cups so that we can move forward. We can move forward in strength and clarity and truth with that Queen of Cups. And I think that, any sort of confusion, that Eight of Swords could be confusion that lingers with us after the fact, but that's okay. We can also work through that. I feel like that Queen of Swords is stronger than that. Does that make sense? I hope it does. That is your forecast for the day. Please leave me a comment if you are struggling, or if you have any questions about this reading, or just let me know if it fits, because I feel like this last few readings have been a bit of a roller coaster, up and down, kind of good and bad, good and bad. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the reading, and please subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. Join me every day. Also, the full moon in Leo reading is up on the YouTube page. If you want to do the pick a card, it's there for you on YouTube only. All right, have a great day and take care, you guys. Bye-bye.